What's up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and with the news here today, I gotta say, I don't often believe in coincidences. Usually, I see a purpose in what people are doing. When what they say and what they do line up, it's difficult not to notice, which is why I think Square Enix essentially just insulted Sweet Baby Inc. and explained why they are no longer listed as one of their clients.
Oh no.
Oh yeah! News just spread that on the Sweet Baby Inc. website, Square Enix has now been removed from the client list of Sweet Baby, and now we are hearing the legendary Nomura Tetsuya, who helped both illustrate and direct titles such as Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy X, and Kingdom Hearts. We are hearing him come right out and denounce the sort of games that Sweet Baby is well known for, coming right out and saying that video game characters ought to be attractive.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it for 10 damn years. Ain't I been saying it, Miguel? Huh? I've been saying it.
It's like the light bulb finally went off with Square Enix. It seems they are finally understanding a very simple concept, that the average gamer is just some dude who goes to work all day. Maybe he works up a sweat or something, and after a long day, he just wants to kick back his feet, put on a video game, and forget about the world for a while and experience something fun. Ugly characters can break immersion. Nobody wants to play as them, and it sounds as if Square Enix finally got our damn message.
We cook your meals, we haul your trash, we connect your calls, we guard you while you sleep. Do not with us.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where I keep a list of woke and DEI-infested games pinned to the account for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But alright, let's get back to what's going on with Sweet Baby Inc. and Square Enix. Up until yesterday or so, Square was listed as one of the prominent clients of Sweet Baby, and I very much doubt that it is an accident that they have been removed from the Sweet Baby client list. Quite frankly, I think they are seeing the writing on the wall. It's becoming clear that companies like Sweet Baby, these consultancy agencies, are poison for the sales of these games. The failure of literally everything that Sweet Baby has put out this year is so staggeringly in-your-face obvious to see that these guys are jumping ship. Famously, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League flopped so hard that Warner used it as a $200 million tax write-off. Capes came out this May and couldn't reach a max concurrent player count of 700 on Steam. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, couldn't reach 700 players either. Hell, Tales of Kenzera Zhao didn't even hit 300. The modern audience that Sweet Baby games are supposed to appeal to, they either don't buy these games or they just don't exist. Take your pick. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's not exactly profitable to hire these yokels, and Square can see that. This is noteworthy considering it was just last year that Square released the game Forspoken, which absolutely flopped and lost them a shit ton of money, and it was infamously worked on by a different consultancy group, Black Girl Gamers. With all this in mind, take a look at what the legendary character designer Nomura Tetsuya had to say about the attractiveness of characters in video games from this interview that he did with Young Jump. This had to be translated from Japanese by Google, so the English may sound a little off, but it starts with the interviewer saying, "Manga doesn't often have good-looking guys as protagonists, but I think that the works you work on have a lot of so-called cool characters. Is there anything you keep in mind when designing the protagonist?" And then Nomura Tetsuya replied, "Don't manga characters usually have handsome protagonists?" The interviewer clarified his meaning, saying, "For example, Naruto from Naruto and Luffy from One Piece are not portrayed as what you would call good-looking men in the stories." And Nomura Tetsuya answered, "I see. The reason I make the main characters good looking is because in high school, a classmate of mine was playing a game where the main character wasn't very good looking. So my friend said, 'Why does he have to be ugly in the game world?' And that really made an impression on me. From that experience, I thought, I want to be good looking in games, and that's how I create my main characters." And wow, isn't it refreshing to finally hear somebody say that shit out loud? Isn't it nice to hear that at least somebody in the gaming world understands that ugly, androgynous characters just aren't pleasant to play as? I think it's clear that after last year's Forspoken debacle, there's a bit of a philosophical change going on with Square. I think some of this has to do with the momentum we've seen recently from both Black Myth Wukong and Space Marine 2. Famously, Game Science, the developer for Black Myth, very publicly denounced Sweet Baby, claiming that Sweet Baby Inc. asked for $7 million from them to consult on their game, and Game Science said they rejected it. Whether this is true or not doesn't really matter much at all, because at the end of the day, the end result is that they were seen as clearly in opposition to whatever it is that Sweet Baby stands for. They were seen as an icon against that garbage, and they subsequently became the biggest game in the world, selling over 20 million copies in a month. And shortly after that, Space Marine 2 came out, filled with the so-called toxic masculinity that consultancies like Sweet Baby are supposedly meant to eliminate, and Space Marine 2 sold really well, becoming the top seller on Steam for a week or so, and the CEO of Saber Interactive, the company that made the game, their CEO has come out and publicly said that these are the types of games that they want to make as a company from now on, and he hopes that games like this, and like Black Myth, games that don't push progressive messaging, he hopes they become the new standard in the industry. It seems very unlikely to me that it's a coincidence that shortly after the Saber CEO said what he said, that Square has their name removed from Sweet Baby's client list, and then Nomura Tetsuya comes out and talks about how they should design attractive characters. Keep in mind that this dude still works for Square Enix. He is the creative director of the Final Fantasy VII remakes. So yeah, I think we are witnessing a gradual awakening among developers. I think the tide is turning, and more people are realizing it's actually okay to say things like this. I mean, this was common sense until about 10 years ago, when these screeching harpy feminist types and their loyal simps were being hired en masse in Western corporations, and they collectively decided that attractive characters were a problem. Well, like I said, I think a lot of this is changing because ultimately these are for-profit companies. They want money. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop some mockery of Sweet Baby in the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of